Hello, my name is Rosa Parks. I was born on February 4th, 1913 in the city of Tuskegee, Alabama. Due to the fact that I grew up as an African American, everyday aspects of white life were a challenge to me. Due to my race that was inferior at the time, I had a great difficulty finding work and a place to get money. As I grew up, I was exposed to the Jim Crow laws. Day to day, I lived in a period of time where there was tons of segregation between whites and blacks. Since I'm African American, drinking from separate water fountains, eating from different restaurants, and riding in different parts of the bus or any type of transportation were all things that affected me. I was so sick and tired of it at this point. So this all changed on December 1st, 1955, when I made a stance for myself as well as the African American community. I was seated in the first seat of the colored section on the bus. When the bus driver saw that there was a white man standing next to me, he stopped the bus immediately and asked me to move so this man could sit down. At first, I was, wanting to move, but then I decided I was going to stay where I was at. So I simply said no. The reason I chose to say no that day was because I had a previous issue with that same driver before, and I was so fed up with him giving me problems that I didn't care what he had to say. When he threatened to get me arrested, it didn't affect me. At this point, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was willing to take the risk. Segregation is horrible, and on that bus that day, I didn't want to give in again. Since I didn't move, the cops were indeed called, and I was arrested. After this all happened, a boycott arose. It was an act of nonviolence resistance that basically created the Montgomery bus boycott. This lasted 11 months after the day that I was arrested. The purpose of this was to desegregate the city's buses. One of my most famous quotes was, "You must never be fearful about what you are doing when it is right." I said this because it is important to stick up for what you believe in. In my situation, I wanted to say something but I couldn't because of the consequences. I had the most perfect time to say it, and I didn't want to listen to a white person telling me what to do anymore. Since it's such a simple act I had prosecuted, I created a huge mark in history. Since my arrest and the court hearings, a man who changed a lot in that picture came up. That was Martin Luther King. I was so relieved when buses got desegregated on June 5th, 1956. I had lots of time to enjoy this freedom that was introduced to colored people and white people. But unfortunately, my death was on October 24th, 2005. But my actions are still talked about today. I made a great impact on colored people's lives, but it feels great to still be instrumental in the world today.